And we are back against Tape Decky, who is another name that I recognize a lot from the grind. I do not know what human he is, but I do recognize his moto handle. This will be this. I forgot to talk about my hand. Sorry, my hand is insane. This is a great hand. He opened up with Polluted Delta, so it makes me think that he's like Shardless or Storm. So if he's if he's Storm, then I definitely want to fetch first. If he's Shardless, I don't. I want to keep lands, or I want to keep the ability to have landfall available. Then again, fetching does make Storm's clock a little bit faster. I do have no 3-drops in my deck outside of this Sulfuric Vortex that I'm already holding. So I think I'm okay with fetching and lowering my land count. But if y'all have seen any of my previous videos, I'm probably favored to draw 7 running lands and no spells. So, maybe it's for nothing. But hopefully there'll be a reason. Sorry about this pop-up. I promise my Windows is real. Alright. Tundra into Brainstorm. Definitely not what I thought he was going to do. I don't know if I've seen a lot of end-of-turn Brainstorms. I don't know if they've ever been good. But he's probably a white-based combo deck? I don't know what's happening here anymore. I actually have no idea. Oh, he kept a 1-lander. That's what happened. Not sure why that correlated to brainstorming at the end of my turn. That probably was a mistake on our opponent's part. So our options are Chain Lightning Bolt or Price of Progressing him. I don't know if he'll actually draw a land. Did he shuffle? Oh, let me see what he did with his Ponder. Chose to shuffle. Okay. So he could conceivably hit a land off the top. He's not locked. I don't know if he'll hit a basic. He seems like he's probably another Miracles deck. There's not a lot of things that play Tundra. He could be like Stoneblade or... Tundra decks are generally equated with a lot of basics. So I think this price won't get out of my hand any other time that's not now. So take my 2-mana shock and continue. Then next turn we're just gonna start slamming Sulfuric Vortexes until the game's over, and then we'll just flurry him with 1-mana spells. Look at that, basic, just as we suspected. What a cool art, snow cover basic. All right, drew another land. Drew most expensive spell on our deck and a land. Probably could have called that. Forcible. Excellent. What do we pitch? Brainstorm. Why is my graveyard up there? Alright, he drew top. Drew another land. Alright. I always go into these things with like that joking mentality of I'm about to draw like 5 lands, but I have no explanation for why it keeps happening. Another Force of Will. Pitching another Brainstorm. Okay. Definitely not likely, but, what am I going to do? Spell Pierce? No? Alright. Spell finally resolved. Can't wait to draw another land. It'd be sick if we drew a spell against any of our opponents. Yep. Feel like we're about to get counterbalance locked. Feel like I'm about to curse the number of lands in my deck. Feel like I'm paying 10 too many lands. Alright, I think I just like lightning bolting him here. And if he has a counter spell, he'll counter it. And if he doesn't, then I get to slam my Eidolon. But if I know my luck, I was about to say if I know my luck, he'll counter this and then terminus my Eidolon. But we'll see. Doesn't have a third Forcible. Oh, sad. Counterspell. Alright. I have no cards in hand. Go. Yep, the top. I don't think this deck, I don't think Miracles plays more than one of the reasons why we don't fetch. The These Searing Blazes have been exceptionally poor. I don't think Miracle plays more than 2 counter spells. I think 2 is kind of like their cap. Their top, if you will. The crappy thing about this Searing Blaze is I can't even cast it for the 1 damage unless he puts something in play, because it has to target him and a creature. So it's actually just going to be a blank magic card in our hand until he does something. A very reactive card. It's one of the reasons why I'm not a huge fan of it, but very powerful. Huge tempo. Much card advantage. Top, top, top. It's in play. Is he getting swords? Not yet. Now it's getting swords. Alright, I'm at 21. You're at 2. So if he plays a creature, we can try to kill him. But I think they play like 5 to 8 creatures total, and they're 75. 2 or 3 of those are probably in the sideboard. Well, counterbalance. Pretty much over. Alright, we drew Lightning Bolt, which is going to be not very good against his countertop. If I had it 1 turn earlier, probably was the end of the game, but, you know, beggars and choosers and all the like. I'm drawing exceptionally poorly for these videos. I think, like, I don't know if it's I'm, like, talking about my lines and I'm getting distracted, or just feel like I draw a lot better when I'm not recording. It's like Magic Online knows. Alright, Fire Blast. This is a good one. So we get to do that whole flurry thing. If he plays any creature, we get to triple spell to try to kill him, any one of the 3 spells being lethal. If he does nothing, then we'll try to simply double spell him. What I imagine is going to happen is he's going to try to draw with his top. Maybe we can just do it now. Now that he's tapped mana. Because he can draw with top and counter like 1 thing. I'm going to do it now. I'm going to try to kill him now. Go for this 4. Do you have your 3rd Forcible? Alright, we did it. Needed any instant speed spell that wasn't Searing Blaze, but Fire Blast also gets the trick done. So we're going to board all these Searing Blazes out that are being hilariously bad in our deck right now. Board in these Pithing Needles. We're going to board out the Price of Progress. He does have way too many basics. Pyrostatic Pillar back in. Good thing we just played this matchup. Know exactly what to board in and out. These Grim Lavamancers. Out. Alright. Ship. Kind of wanted to board out 3 or 4 land. Probably should have done that. Wish there was a go back button. But, you know, Moto is a flawed program at best, so. Opponent trying to decide if he wants to play or draw. Alright. It's a 2-lander, so we're definitely going to flood this game. Okay. Hopefully I'll be able to beat him through all the 6 mountains I'm about to draw. There's 1. Yep, right off the top. Mountain. Have to. It would be impossible. Not improbable or irrational. Absolutely impossible for me to have not drawn a land after having a hand with more than 1 land in it. Alright, Goblin Guide gets got. Not getting counterbalanced just yet, which is pretty nice. We've drawn land Sulfuric Vortex last game as well. If this was in real life, I would have accused my opponent of stacking me, but, I guess it's not real life. I don't think I want to suspend this. I think I'm just going to pass turn, and then when he taps his mana, I'll Price of Progress for the good old 2 damage. Good thing. This is exactly what happened in our last game, right? Like, I had 2 Price of Progress left in my deck. One of them was in my opening hand. Then I kept a hand with Sulfuric Vortex and 2 lands, and then I drew a land and a Sulfuric Vortex. Yeah. Our games, and turn 1 Rift Bolt and a Fire Blast. I'm going to look at the recording again, but I'm pretty sure this was the exact same hand I just had against BBD. Yeah, I'm going to go back and check this recording, because this seems unlikely at best. Yep. You got you a counterbalance and a top. Counter top in 1 turn. You're great. Alright, we're gonna fetch. Slam Sulfuric Vortex into your Force of Will. Or just blind reveal and treat off the top. Whatever you're feeling. Polluted Delta. Oh no, you didn't have it. You weren't lucky as hell. How are you ever going to win without drawing perfectly? Like everyone else I've ever played against. Playing another top. No, activating your top. Okay. I'll take 2. Another land. Okay. Not what we wanted. Not what we needed. Is that only 3 lands left? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 3 lands left in my deck. So would mean a lot to me if we just stopped drawing lands. It would just mean a lot to me. Hard counterspell, sure. Didn't even want to check if it was a free counterspell on top. I think our opponent's playing poorly. He could have hit a 3 here and had this card. Maybe he already knew his top. I don't know. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Do have 8 points of burn in my hand. I'll take 2, and I'll try to Rift Bolt you. Like if he has a 3 now on top, it's going to be very obvious that he just misplayed. Okay. I thought he was drawing a card with top. I'm like, well, that's definitely a mistake. That's definitely a mistake. Maybe it's a counterspell. I mean, you have top on top. Alright, your second counterspell. Again, I think they only play 2, so it's good on him for having 2 of them. That's super unfortunate. So our opponent has a Sensei's Divining Top on top of his deck. His Pithing Needle, which is going to name Sensei's Divining Top, will not resolve because of said Sensei's Divining Top on top of our opponent's deck. I don't know. I have 4 lands, so what I can do is Fire Blast, Fire Blast. He would go to 4, Sulfuric Vortex puts him to 1. Or 2, I'm sorry. You know what? Nah. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Pithing Needle. If I draw an instant speed spell, that'd be great. If not, then I'm going to Fire Blast in response to him trying to counter my Pithing Needle. Exclusive Firecraft. Another great one. I think that's game. Price of Progress and Rift Bolt in my yard. Yep, the 2 spells that I started the game with. Look at that. Flusterstorm. Would you like to read my Exclusive Firecraft, sir? Yes, you may read it. No, I would not like to pay for Flusterstorm. No, I would not like to pay for Flusterstorm. Alright, hit you for 4. because literacy doesn't seem to be your best suit. I'm going to cast this, entice him to put his top on top, then we'll Fire Blast him. Another Flusterstorm. So his hand was double Flusterstorm. That's pretty good. It's definitely not bad. Nope. Alright. Just full ass Stone Rain. Pardon my French. If his last card is Spell Pierce or a third Flusterstorm, then, you know, our genitals are in our hands, as they say. It wasn't, so this Sulfuric Vortex will kill him. Good game. Ugh. That was a hairy match. We'll be back soon for round 3.